this is how we're going to start. I have a question for you. It's a serious one.
Okay.
Okay. If in the womb, right?
There's no H in whom, but okay.
I just put one there. So, if in the womb, everyone has a tiny vagina, right? And the clitoris grows to be a penis, does that mean that all men are giant pussies?
Yes, it does.
That's what I thought.
Because that's how it forms, correct?
Y'all are giant pussies.
Where did this thought come from? What happened to you last night?
I was driving to work. And that's it. That's the whole story.
And it just like went boop.
We should open up a segment. Joe's random thoughts.
While driving.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. I just thought of it. Oh! I know what it was. Because last episode we were talking about dicks.
That's true too. Tiny dicks.
Yeah. And I said something about like little belly button dicks. And I was like, wait a second.
Does that mean they have an any dick?
Yeah.
Well, this is what you get when you get us
Bunch
on WAM.
of pussies. Ladies and bunch of pussies. That's how we should address everyone.
Hello, ladies, and you bunch of
Does
pussies.
that technically mean that we're tiny dicks?
We have tiny dicks, yes.
I don't know about you, but I tuck my shit in my sock every day.
Whoa.
So welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back on this sweltering... Well, it's a sweltering Saturday.
Oh, so bad.
Yeah, and I'm wearing pants because I don't do shorts.
No, dude. The other day I put on jeans and I immediately took them off and put my scrub pants back on.
Well, yeah, because that's lightweight.
They're also joggers, which is nice because it's like fitted, but not like.
Yeah, but I get the chub rub, so I don't do shorts.
You just gotta hike those bitches up.
Up? No, you put them down.
What?
So that the thighs have something between them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Why would you hike it up then?
Like pull my pants up so the fabric is at my crotch.
I got you.
And we digress.
Again. So, what is happening in our world?
The hospital that I work at, COVID is at an all-time low.
Really?
Well, yeah. Yeah. It's getting better. Good. But you sons of bitches don't fucking listen. Neither do we.
Obviously. But listen, we're not in crowds of people, okay? Like, we don't go out. You are. However, you take a shitload of precautions.
I do.
So.
I try. Sometimes I don't, but I try for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but, yeah.
I've just had a shit week, so.
You're a poor dog.
My poor babe. He may be 10 pounds, but he's a fighter,
Why do you give him human food?
Listen, he's a very picky eater. And there are these things called Cliff Bars that I eat that are like a granola bar.
Yeah.
But they're very soft and very chewy. But they're also very bumpy with like oats and chunks of peanut butter or whatever.
Yeah.
That was the only way he could take pills.
And he takes meds every day.
Well, now that he has pancreatitis, yes, because I fed him fatty human foods. He's a strange dog because not only does he like that, and we did not start him on this, he loves chips.
Like potato chips.
Loves chips, yeah.
I do too.
Not that we would feed him whole fucking chips. It would be like a little...
Yeah, but
also the only good thing we ever fed him besides his kibble was cooked chicken breast, which he loves.
So there's this new pet food that you have to put in the fridge because it's actual food.
Yeah.
Are you gonna?
He would never eat that. It has to be hard. There has to be a crunch involved.
It's ironic. His name's Chewy.
His name is fucking Chewy. But yeah, he's got pancreatitis now, so...
That's shitty.
Oh my god. And it just sucks because we have to literally crush his pills, put them in water, and use a syringe to put it in his mouth.
And he's not a very affectionate
He's very head shy, so that means he'll fight back.
He bite?
Yeah. But when he bites and he opens his mouth, you have to be quick and go...
You know, that's not that different from trying to give your children medicine, to be quite honest.
But at least you can trick your kids a little bit better than you can a dog.
I just do that thing where, like, I hold my child down and then I plug their nose so that they have to open their mouth.
You haven't seen the, like,
well, I
DIY
used to
hack?
do that.
You cut an empty box of juice box. An empty juice box.
Oh, yeah, but that only works for the first sip. And, like, how big is that? And you know what that would happen is they would never trust a juice box ever again. So I used to have to do that with Kane. I would have to plug his nose, put the meds in, and then unplug his nose and cover his mouth. And if he... DSS is going to be called on me. And if he wouldn't, then I would... So that, like, suffocate him. So he'd be like...
Listen, he's older now. He's all good.
They drink their meds.
Yeah.
In a non-violent way.
Honestly, whatever works. Like, when you see... My mom has to hold my dog, like, clamp his front legs down so he doesn't try running.
So he's like this?
Pretty much. And he's whipping himself. Like,
he could hurt himself like that.
I know, but we have to give him his meds. And that's why I
Did you try, like, wrapping him in a blanket and just... Nothing?
Wow. He's hard. He's very difficult.
They have these bags for cats so that when you're clipping their nails, you put their whole body in this bag so that they don't...
I've seen this. I saw a dude use it on his Boston Terrier.
Something to think about.
That bag would be thrashing all over.
Well, at least he'd be safe in the bag.
I know.
I don't know.
Anyway, other than that,
that's sad.
I'm glad to be here.
I guess. Okay, yeah. Hi.
Oh, meaning like with you at
your
house.
Yes, always, of course.
Jesus fucking Christ,
I'm leaving. This for sure.
I'm leaving.
So listen, okay, can I give a quick... Don't forget to follow our social media.
Yeah.
We haven't done that in a couple.
No. Because you should know by now.
So like WAM617 on Facebook and Instagram, wickedawkward.com for our website. Find us on YouTube at wickedawkward.com.
Find us on YouTube at wickedawkward.com?
Whatever, you fucking know what the fuck I mean. Fuck.
Yes. I also got some high praise from an old coworker. He loves the title of our episodes. And I was like, yeah, well, that's because it comes out of this one's mouth.
I don't know, the last one came out of yours. Twist the nipples.
Twist the nipple. Mm.
I love our episode titles.
You got some good gems in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only a few of them are mine, but...
Yeah.
You're just quick with the wit.
I don't. I have a lot of guy friends. And a lot of them are challenging.
It shows.
Oh, can I just say 2 shout-outs? So, he probably doesn't listen to this, but Carlos, who did our book cover, his birthday's today, so happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Carlos.
And it's also Johnny's birthday. Johnny Banana.
Happy birthday, Jonathan.
Fucker.
I was going to say motherfucker.
Probably that, too.
We heart you.
So, we're going to talk about... So, I figured, like, just for, like, spoiler... So people know what we're about to talk about. Maybe we should intro everything we're going to talk about before we talk about it. So, what is this?
I have a casting thing I need to talk about. So I will.
Okay, but for what?
We'll get there.
Okay.
For a new Princess Diana movie that's coming out. And I'm also going to talk about Luna Nera on Netflix. You're talking about...
Dark Waters, which was a complete random, like, I had nothing else to watch. I started The Order. Yesterday I started playing The Last of Us. And I've got gossip about Chris D'Elia, which I only just skimmed the headline. I didn't even click into the article. Well, that's bullshit. I clicked into the article, but I skimmed it.
Alright, so we got some... That's what's going on in this episode besides our awesomeness.
Yeah, so if... anticipate spoilers. I mean, at this point, come on.
Yeah, if you really want to know shit...
Yeah.
We're going to spoil it for you.
Okay, cool. So, what's going on?
Okay. And my old college roommate sent me a link on Facebook about a new Princess Diana movie coming out. And who they cast to play Princess Diana is like... What?
Wait, let me prepare for this. Because I'm trying to... Your what is like, is that good?
No.
Oh, wait. Okay, tell me.
Okay, but just think of...
Fuck, don't.
Visualize Princess Di.
Okay, I got her.
Tall, beautiful, short blonde hair.
Yep, I got her.
Very British. Do you think they cast a British person to play her?
Don't you... No. Please don't say Kristen Stewart.
Oh my god!
Oh, no!
How the fuck did you know?
I was joking.
It is Kristen Stewart.
Okay. That was really unattractive. I'm sorry. So I had started a couple weeks ago that movie that she did where she became part of like the Black Panthers. Sebergs? Fuck. Anyways, in that movie, she's got like short blonde hair.
Yeah, she has that in Underwater too.
So when you started... I almost watched that.
Me too, but I didn't.
So when you started saying picture Princess Diana, that was the first thing that came to my fucking mind. I did not know you were going to say that though.
Kristen fucking Stewart.
You know what?
First of all, she's been putting out some decent stuff, okay?
Yes.
And it seems like she's doing so much better now than when she first started.
It's Seberg?
Seberg.
Yeah.
Yes, I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want, she was like British royalty, so why not cast a fucking British person? We've talked about this before. Americans can't do accents for shit. Yes,
but people have a bad habit of underestimating Kristen Stewart.
I know, but I don't know, it just feels like wrong. Not wrong.
She's also short.
I was just gonna say that.
She's like
Princess Di was tall.
She's like 5'6", 5'7", and she's very thin. Not saying that Princess Di was fat, just saying that
she's teeny. She's like
Kristen's
this and
small.
that. She's a stick.
Oh my god, that's so fucking hilarious.
But like what? I don't know.
Do you remember when we said that Ben Affleck was gonna suck as Batman?
And he did suck.
Or Anne Hathaway was gonna suck as Catwoman?
Yes.
I think we need to... shocking. I'm sure that's why they did it. For shock value.
I mean, they say that she is a chameleon now, and...
The little bit that I saw of Seberg, I was like, this ain't Bella Swan? The fuck happened to you? The tea.
Tea, it's coffee.
I can't say the coffee.
Whatever. But yeah, so I was very shocked at that.
That's hilarious.
So I can't wait to see what comes up. What kills me though is if they're gonna cast all these other Brits.
Okay, but can we I don't know Brit actors, but is there anyone that even remotely resembles Princess Diana?
Well, they said in the article that Naomi Watts, who is Australian, did play her in an earlier,
Yeah, but they can't do that now.
She's still... Shut up. Listen, I had concerns, is all.
Concerns can be had. You're entitled to your concerns. I almost said Charlize Theron, but then Kristen Stewart fit so much better. I don't know why. You know what? They wouldn't fucking cast her if she had nailed the audition.
Yeah, but sometimes they just give movies to actors.
I feel like that's not one. I think Kristen Stewart has to work a little bit harder than most because she still has that Twilight stank on her.
I know.
Even after Seberg and Underwater. She still has the waft of fucking Bella Swan on her.
She does.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm more concerned about her accent.
I like that she's taking risks like that.
I know, but...
I'm excited after the shocks, wore off.
Yeah.
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. So there you go. Why don't you tell me your gossip, and then we can get into our movies.
So, yeah. Is that how you say his name? Delia?
I thought it was Delia.
Sure.
Chris D'Elia.
The comedian.
he was also...
that talks about the drunk girls. That's the only bit of his that. Yeah, I'd say. Yeah, I'd say, right?
You don't even know.
You don't even know. Where are you going? I'm talking to you.
But I actually did not know he was a comedian. I actually watched, there was this, it got canceled after one season, a show on TBS called Glory Days, and it was like 1980s college kids or whatever.
Yeah.
And he played a wicked stoner, and I was like, this guy's so
Not
funny.
even surprised. And You, he plays...
And then he was in You season 2.
Right. So, here's the tea. I hate saying that. Here's the gossip.
Yes.
Do you know how in You season 2... Joe was hunting him because, let's just call it what it is, because he was like into minor girls and was like raping them?
Yeah. What? Tell me, what did the headline say?
That he's being accused of sexual assault on minors and dating minors. And there was like this huge post of like, I own up to my mistakes, I know that I've made them.
From him?
Yeah, from him. And he was like, this is the gist of it, okay? This is all that I wanted was like his statement. I didn't care about anything else. But he was like, everyone that I've ever dated has been consensual. Nothing's been forced. Whether they were underage or not, like, I wouldn't know.
Okay.
So he's being accused of that. And so many people are like, oh my God, I hope this is fake. And I'm just like... Let's see, how do I feel about this? So, I'm at the point where, like, I'm sick of it. I'm not surprised. And I feel like shit is just coming. I'm at the point where it's like, I am now suspecting everyone in Hollywood to have sexually assaulted someone at some point. Even the best of the best. Even the nicest of the nicest, except for Hugh Jackman. I refuse.
He can do no wrong.
Nope. His wife is so pretty.
He's pretty.
Well, that's the problem. And it's like, and it sucks for me to say this because I know I'm supposed to be a feminist because I'm, because equal rights for everyone and stand up for your girls. But we all know that there are girls out there who just lie.
Yeah, especially if it's a celebrity's involved.
And I think, like, and it sucks because then at that point, it's like, it brings me back to Unbelievable. That show on Netflix, like the well put together successful white girl they believed, but the teenage orphan in and out of foster home runaway troublemaker they don't believe, right? So it's like all about like, okay, well, how credible are you? But it's like you also can't just take their word for it because people lie.
It's like The Boy Who Cried Fucking Wolf.
But also, he's a comedian who's probably done drugs and really dumb shit in his fame. So, I would not...
It just kills me that it's pretty on the nose with his character in You.
Oh my God, I know.
Literally.
Can you imagine if he was actually guilty of these things and he's like laughing there like ironically like, I've done these things. But I feel like also, like, that would be too close to home and you'd be like, nah, dude, I'm not doing that. If it was, like, a real thing. But, yeah, he's being accused of that.
That's crazy. I wouldn't... It kind of surprises me a little bit, but then again, not really.
No, when you really, like, think about it, these Hollywood people are freaks. Y'all are freaks. All of you.
Not the good kind.
No. Like, I draw my line at, like, peeing on consenting of age women. Not R. Kelly shit. And people who are like, oh, but you can still love his music. No. Because all his music is tied to underage fucking. And peeing on little girls. And Chris D'Elia, whoever you are, probably has made jokes along those lines. Not of, like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
You make fun of what you know.
Yeah.
So I just,
I don't know. Sorry.
I'm not saying that, like, I'll never watch a curse, like, stand up ever again, but after knowing, and then depending on the joke that you make, like, oh, that's tasteless.
Yeah. I don't know, though. People just want to taste that limelight sometimes.
They do. And that's the rough part. I remember when that happened to, what's his name? Chris. He was the host of The Talking Dead.
Oh, Chris Hardwick.
Yeah. when he was accused.
I forgot.
I was
about
like,
that.
oh no, I like him.
He's a fellow nerd. What do you mean?
Yeah, I know. And it was like his ex-girlfriend that was like, he abused me and he hit me, and he's just like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then his current wife, he had just married her, and then a few months after they married, this shit comes out. So it's like, did he really, or are you just mad?
Yeah.
And his wife is like, he's never disrespected me a day in his life, blah, 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 blah. But also,
again, when you have that celebrity status, people just want to take advantage of you or put you down.
I get that I wrote the book, and everyone, like, a lot of people were like, oh my god, wouldn't it be so great if you, like, went famous? And I'm like, no, that's why my face isn't on the book. Because I don't want that. Just give me the money.
Pretty much.
Like, what's so hard about that?
I didn't know.
I just, no.
I know. Celebrity is not for me.
No.
I like my alone time.
And then when you hear, like, those documentaries of, like, oh, I walked into a room and there was just coke everywhere and you're just expected to. Yo, I would, like, not make it in Hollywood. Because I don't partake.
Yeah.
And,
I'm
like,
the same.
I'll have a drink. That's it. And it's like, if you don't get down with Hollywood, then Hollywood's not going to get down with you.
Pretty much.
So, fuck
Hollywood
off.
just sucks.
Yeah.
But it sucks
scary.
because it's what we enjoy. We enjoy movies and TV.
You know what? Like, fuck celebrities, but props to you.
We love your work.
For putting up with that shit.
Wow.
I know, right?
Oh my god.
It's like I don't like it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that's interesting.
We'll see how it goes.
All right.
I probably won't update you. Because I know that you were a fan, so. And we both saw him in you, so.
We'll see.
Mm.
So, I did not watch a lot this week.
Oh. Yeah, you said that.
Because I reignited my love of Shameless. So, I have a few more seasons to go of that. I'm sorry,
Which means she's probably not going to watch much between now and God knows when.
I'll try. I'll do my movies, yes. Maybe no TV, though.
Right. Well, I started The Order. Did you ever watch season 1 of The Order?
Can you remind me what it's about?
So, it's like this kid, and he's looking for the guy that killed his mom, and he ends up, it's like The Skulls, but modern. Do you remember The Skulls?
Mm-hmm.
It's modern.
Where is it? Like,
what platform?
Yeah.
Okay, Netflix.
Okay.
I'm like, don't ask me what state. I don't know.
Oh no.
So he gets into the school.
Who's he?
His name is Jack.
And how old is he?
He's in college.
Okay.
This is a college.
Oh, okay.
He's a freshman in college. So he wants to get into this school. Don't ask me the name of the school because I can't remember. And it's with the intention of, he wants to be put into the Order of the Blue Rose, which is their secret society.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they are magicians or warlocks or what the fuck ever witches.
Oh.
Yes.
So there's a different element to this.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Continue.
So towards the end, I'm gonna spoil it because season 1 was like last year's news. So towards the end, it's the Order of the Blue Rose and the Saints of Christopher. Saints of Christopher, not Columbus, just Christopher. The Saints of something like that. And they're werewolves.
Oh, okay.
But like, not a wolf. And not like part man, part. I'm talking like stand up CGI wolf man.
So like a lichen from Underworld.
Yes. Like that, but CGI.
See, that's my fave.
Okay. This awful thing happens. So he finds love. He finds revenge. He's finally getting all the pieces of his life together. And then his girlfriend, who's part of the fucking Order of the Blue Rose, she like blows this little dust, not cocaine, just dust, magical dust, in his face. And he forgets everything.
Just everything.
Everything.
So she wasn't really his girlfriend then.
Bitch.
What a bitch.
Right? In front of his mom's grave.
Oh, okay. That's
she was
dirty.
Like, forget everything. Your name is Jack whatever, and you go to this school and that's it. I was like, it was awful. Terrible.
Wait, so is there a next season?
Oh, yeah, I started season 2.
Okay. Is there only 2?
So far, because this is a brand new thing.
Okay.
It's ongoing. So he came back with, like, bleach blonde hair.
Oh, he had that summer.
He was a brunette. He was a brunette. So you come up on episode 1 and you realize, so it's him, A very petite, aggressive, attractive, cute as fucking hell little lesbian girl. Oh my god, I fucking love her. Her name is Lilith, which made it even better.
There you go.
Yes, ma'am. And then another dude who's pre-med, and another dude who's not an alcoholic, but an alcohol aficionado.
Okay.
See, it's how he says it. I don't know their names other than Lilith.
So I'm guessing there's no known faces.
Yes. Sam from True Blood.
Oh.
Is in season 1. He makes a couple appearances in season 2. The Grand Magus in the whole thing, she's a recognizable face. There's a couple, but it's like, oh, I've seen them in other things.
All right, yeah.
But they're not like,
yeah.
no, not that. So, but the actual cast itself, no, not known.
Okay.
At least not to me.
Hey, I like a good fresh face.
Right?
Yeah.
So, season 1 opens up, his fucking surfer dude hair, and they are basically the Order, so they're a pack, obviously.
Yeah.
And he was playing double agent. Oh. He was part of the pack, but he's trying to take down the Order. Because that's what the Saints of Christopher do. Right? I really fucking hope that's the name of it, because if it's not, I'm going to be really embarrassed. And they all have a designated person after the whole dust thing, because they did it to all of them, to all 4. It wasn't just Jack. It was all 4 wolves. So they did the dust thing to all of them, and they have a designated person from the Order with them, so that when the dust magic wears off, they get dusted again, and new memories get put in. And they're becoming...
Ain't that the shit?
I know. And they're becoming immune to it, so they're like, the designated person's like, we need to keep using all this dust. So messy.
It's a lot of dust.
It is. It's a lot of... Yeah, it's just like, what the fuck? I would hate that.
Wow.
That's got to do something bad to your respiratory system. It can't be good.
Your immune system is shot.
Yeah. But it's really cheesy CGI. Like, it's not top notch. But it's an interesting story. I like them.
Cool.
I like it. A demon comes, they summon a demon, and it is the stuff of fucking nightmares.
Really?
Like, it's a girl who's been like, they did pale fucking dark hair, pale fucking makeup, and then she's got black like nose, and she's got red paint, and they did that thing where it's like her normal voice, but you also hear like the really deep demonic voice over it.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, I don't like that.
No, I don't like that either.
No.
So what does the Order do? Do they just do shit like raise demons?
They take over the world. Oh. They work for like politicians and shit like that.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Okay.
It's like a secret society or the Illuminati. Oh my god, we're gonna shut down.
So it's not just like this random order in this random college and they just
they're basically prepping these magicians to work for.
Oh, see that.
For more power.
That's interesting.
Of course.
I like that.
Yeah. At least that's what I'm taking from it. Because it's like, why would you start an order of magicians in college and then what? Congratulations, have a nice...
Pretty much, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then their enemies are the wolves.
So. Right. Well, I'm glad they did that, and werewolves are not vampires and werewolves.
Oh my god, I wouldn't be watching it.
No. Because that's
it's
done.
Played out.
Yeah.
Anything that comes up about vampires, I'm just like, no. There's a new
I'm done at this point.
Show that has vampires and witches. I'm pretty sure it's called Witches or something with the witches. And I think it's on Netflix. What?
The show I watched has witches in it.
Oh, does it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It is called Luna Nera, which is Italian. It means black moon.
You really have... Well, I picked up that much. You've got a thing for foreign films.
Well, because it's good. And it's not a film, it's a TV show.
Oh!
Yeah. And it's... Did I always say it's Italian? It's Italian.
Yes, you did.
And it's kind of like... I want to give you an era. Like... Salem witch trial era.
Okay.
All right.
Way back fucking then.
It's like, this is a bitch, let's burn her because she's a witch. And it's like, no, I'm just a ginger. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it is about, it kind of opens with this young girl, and she's, I would say, a teenager. Her grandmother is a midwife.
Okay.
And let's just say, I'm just going to call them like the royal family because, you know what I mean? Like, it's
they
a king and a queen. Yeah.
Oh.
They got monies.
They got monies. They've got goats.
The the grandmother is helping the queen deliver a baby. And then the teenage granddaughter,
Is a
Ada,
sister? Oh.
she comes over and she like touches the woman's belly and she's like, you know, I can feel death coming for this baby. You know, you won't survive type deal. So she accuses him of being a witch and the grandmother can't help her. And so they flee. And the grandmother's like, okay, they're going to come for me. Like, you need to take care of your little brother. Here's this book. I'm going to hide it. You need to go see these people. They're going to help you. Go to the woods. Like, do this, this, and this. And it's very, like, cryptic.
Mm-hmm.
And they eventually do come for her. And by they, I mean the king and his men. But they call them... Oh, I forget what they call themselves. But they don these very, like, hairy capes.
Harry?
Feathery type capes, and then they wear like an owl face. It's just like white, so they hunt and they're like witch hunters.
The Order has something similar. They have
Yeah.
a lot of animal skulls that they wear.
So they do take the grandmother and they
Kill her?
they try to burn her at, you know, like
Meaning
they do.
they failed.
They failed because 3 other witches showed up to the crowd, and they all sort of summoned rain to put the fire out.
That's clever.
And the king was like, fuck this shit, and just stabs the grandmother. So she is dead, unfortunately.
Almost.
But then that kind of pushes Ada, the teenager, to go find these women that her grandmother told her about. And it's like a coven in the middle of the woods. And it kind of, the first episode ended with her bringing her brother there.
Okay.
So they're just teaching her the ways of how they work. And it's just very much set in a world where witches are the enemy. But what's interesting is that one of the kings, I think it's his brother, is also like a young 20-something. He goes to like the big city and becomes educated about all these different, like the human body, anatomy, and illnesses and disease.
Pre-med.
So, yes. So, and it's interesting, they show a dead man, and there's, you know, all the students around, and they go, they blamed this man of dying at a witch's hand. How did he die? And so this young prince or whatever is looking, and he's like, oh, he died from syphilis. So they're trying to kind of almost helping the witches, and that they're, like, saying, this is a real disease, no witch killed it.
Ah,
you know what I mean?
They're using science to be
Yes.
like, witches are not a real thing.
Exactly.
But the whole time they are.
So when he goes, he's summoned back home once the baby, of course, is, you know, it dies, unfortunately.
Because she was right.
And the mom does live, but he's like, he saw the baby's body in the little morgue that they have. And he saw that there were dark marks around its neck. And he was like, well, obviously the umbilical cord choked the baby. So he's trying to show them, like, this is what really happened to your baby. It wasn't the witch. It wasn't your midwife. But they're like, no, they're fucking witches, blah, 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 blah.
Does he get shunned?
Haven't seen it yet, like, if that happens, but nobody believes him. And he's like, but this is science,
Do you know what that reminds me of?
She's hitting me. What?
Johnny, not Johnny Cash. Not Knoxville.
The fuck is wrong with you?
Johnny Depp. Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah.
That's what that reminds me of.
That's a good movie, too.
What? Knoxville? Oh my god.
You're all set. I haven't finished the series, but it's just one of those that's it's well done. You could tell it's the period dress and, you know, looks accurate.
It's like when science basically started to evolve.
But you also have your witches.
That's dope.
So it's...
He's like, it's not true, I swear. And they're over there like, abracadabra.
Yeah.
Damn, that sucks.
Or, well...
Because doesn't he end up looking bad anyways, don't you think?
Well, he saves the teenager, Ada. So, something might be occurring there. We'll see.
They're gonna come together.
Maybe.
Magical science.
Yeah. Bring them into modernity. So
I guess.
Anyway, if you like that kind of thing...
Netflix.
It's on Netflix, baby.
Luna Nera.
Good. And it just came out. Like, came out this year. So.
Brand new.
Brand spanking new.
I only have one more thing to talk about.
And it is?
We're going to revisit this. The Last of Us 2.
Oh.
We just got it yesterday.
You don't want to talk about that one?
Oh. Well, this one's really quick.
Okay. She's actually started playing it, guys.
I did. Oh my god. I didn't want to let it go, but then I had to because I had bad feels. I had bad feels, guys.
Tell us.
Oh god. So, like, it starts and you're like Joel for like 5 minutes, which is great. Can you watch afterwards?
Sure.
Like, even if it's 5 minutes.
Okay.
You're not going to want to leave.
Okay.
So, the graphics are amazing. And I love how... I remember playing The Last of Us 1, right? And every time, like, when you were Joel, you would go into a hotel or a bar, and you can't, like, you have to walk around the bar. It's little shit like this that make everything so realistic and so much better. And it's just like, oh, thank God I can do that. So it used to be like you have to walk around the bar to get the items behind the bar. Now I can literally just, like, jump over.
Oh.
And I know that doesn't sound like a big deal.
But it's a big deal.
But it really fucking is. It's shit like that. Like, the fact that you had to find ways around certain obstacles to get past it. Now, I'm able to jump. Like, if there's, like, a broken down semi and some cars, I can jump on the roofs of the car and the semis to get across. Instead of having to crawl through here and push through here and just to go around.
Another element. All right.
Yeah, so it's really nice. It's very realistic. The graphics...
They're sexy.
God, I don't know how they do that.
How do we get from Pong to this?
I don't understand.
Like 40 years later.
Even like the very first GTA that ever came out, and you watch like the newest GTA, you're just like, what is this?
Yeah, mind blown.
It's like 1 second she's fine, and the next second she's like sweating, or she's got a little dirt on her face. All the freckles. If I pause it, I can probably count her freckles.
Wow.
It's shit like, it used to be like you would just grab things. So like if you found bullets and a melee weapon, you would just grab it and just grab it. Now you see them grab it and actually put it in their bag. It's little shit like this that just makes it like...
extra.
Yes. The horses, you could see their muscles twitching.
Ooh, I like that.
It's just so satisfying. And it's really true when they say like it's just this... the fluidity of how she moves and dodges, it just feels really natural. Like, it's so...
So, in other words, you're worried about nothing?
No, I'm worried. I'm worried about shit big time. Okay, I'll say it. Alright, so we start off as Joel for, like, a hot second. It kind of picks up where it left off in the first one. Just, like, a quick recap of what happened. And him opening up to Tommy. So, I don't know if I told you this. Tommy's his brother. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. So, I don't know if I told you this the last time, but Ellie is... she cannot be infected. She's immune.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. She's the only one of her kind. In The Last of Us 2, nobody knows that.
Right.
So the whole time in The Last of Us 1, you're traveling, it's just Joel and Ellie, and she doesn't have to wear a mask when they have spores or nothing like that. But in this one, she has to play along, so she has to do all these stupid things, right? So then eventually you switch over to Ellie, and you can tell that things between her and Joel are tense. Like, it's not good. And we still don't know why. And I'm assuming it's because I haven't gotten there yet, I'm assuming it's because he told her the truth. Where, yes, there's a potential that she could have been the cure, but it would have been at the cost of her life. And knowing Ellie at that time, she would have given her life for that, but Joel couldn't let her go. So he got her out of there and, like, killed everyone. And what he said to her was, like, they ran tests and, you know, your immunity means nothing. And that kind of broke her heart. So it's either the lingering heartbreak of that, or he fucking told her. So, you're Ellie, right? And then all of a sudden there's this random, not like that, because that's not how they move. There's this random, it's a mystery woman, and you don't find out until you play. Her name is Abby. This bitch is like Ronda Rousey jacked. Like, she sits up with her arms and her knees, and she's like, if she took her shirt off, I'm pretty sure she's got a 6-pack. Wow. Maybe an 8. Like, she's jacked as fuck.
Pecs on tits, like.
Yeah. Wait until you see this. It's crazy. So... You're playing, in some parts, you're leading her. So I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, why? What is this? And then it dawned on me. And I'm not there yet. But I have a feeling...
And you're usually right about these feelings.
I have a feeling that last week I said, it's like, oh, maybe Ellie got raped and that's why she's so mad because they killed her lover and she was raped. Nay. No. I think it's Joel's death because he's not in the rest of the game. I feel like that's what it is. Joel is killed and that's what sets Ellie off on a rage. And I think the one who does it is Abby. And what I also think is that the gamer plays as Abby and you are forced to kill Joel.
Ain't that the shit?
And I'm so fucking terrified. That's why I stopped. Because up until this point, like, you know where Joel's at. You kind of get a sense of where Ellie's life is at, you know, and she's like, just, there's something heavy weighing on her. And you're playing her, but you're switching between her and Abby. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And then I had that fucking epiphany. And I was like, oh my God, don't let this be it. And when I stopped playing was when Abby bumped into Joel and Tommy. And I was like, I can't do this. I'm not ready for this. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not ready.
It's okay. It's all right. No tears.
I'm gonna sob.
Oh my God.
I cry for movies. I sob for video games. I sob.
I only sob out of frustration.
No, that too. But I'm just like, I know what it's gonna do to me, and everyone's gonna look at me like, you're so stupid. It's just a game. It's not, though.
Listen. Have you ever done that with a book?
Oh my God.
Okay. Alright, good. I thought I was the only one.
Bro. Like...
it has to be really good for me to get there, but I've gotten there.
My mom's walked in at like 4 o'clock in the morning, back when I used to read the Harry Potter books, and I had the book open, I'm like, Dumbledore, why? And she's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, Dumbledore's dead. Like...
Oh, wow. Okay. So okay.
I know I seem like a tough bitch, but...
She's soft on the
I'm
inside.
such a softie. That went on longer than I wanted to, but I just wanted to set the mood, and if I'm correct, I think that I'm gonna be a self-proclaimed seer of some sort.
She's fucking psychic.
That I don't want to say that, but all right, let's wrap this up with Dark Waters then.
Yeah, what the hell is this?
Right. So
this is a movie, right?
Yeah. So I was watching The Avengers. Like, all week, right? And I was like, okay, well, I can't fucking talk about this because, like, people have dissected the Avengers so much. Yeah. It's like, nothing I say is going to come to any shock or surprise, and the facts have pretty much been laid out. So, I think my phone was, like, tracking what I was watching.
They always listen.
They know. So, I went into my iTunes and I looked up movies, and, like, the top picks, one of them was Dark Waters, starring Mark Ruffalo.
Oh, that's right! Okay, that's right.
I love when you say that. I love the way you say right. You have no idea.
Sorry.
I crave it every episode.
Mark fucking Ruffalo. That's yes. I remember seeing this now.
Yes. I printed out notes.
Just the cover.
I printed out notes. So it's Mark Ruffalo, Anne Hathaway, Tim Robbins.
Oh, yes, Tim Robbins.
Bill Camp, Victor Garber, Mare Winningham, Bill Pullman.
I love him.
Okay, I don't know who any of those people are. I know who they are.
Was the dad in Casper.
Yes.
Yep.
And the guy from the Titanic was there. The one that went down with the ship. What's his name? He's got a very sharp nose.
Don't know.
He gave Rose a life vest. Have you never seen Titanic?
Yes, I have, but once.
He's like in a bunch of shit.
Okay,
Anyways. I'm not gonna lie. This movie, not my usual thing.
I was gonna say, isn't it, like, very different?
For me, yes.
Like, yeah.
So it's courtroom.
That's
a lawyer thing.
That's what I meant to say.
It's a lawyer thing, which meant that I had a very hard time keeping up with it just because of the fact that I don't watch movies like this. As close as I get to lawyer stuff, it's if it's in, like, a comedy or some kind of documentary. Other than that, I don't really follow.
It's not like Law and Order you watched. Yeah.
No, because even that I'll watch. This is, like, strictly, like, on the lawyer side of things. Like, whatever, right? So, this was actually based, it says the first story was told in 2007 in a book called Stain-Resistant, Non-Toxic, Waterproof, and Lethal, The Hidden Dangers of C8. This whole fucking thing is about Teflon.
Teflon.
Yes. Do you know what Teflon is?
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Just to make sure we're on the right page. So, Mark Ruffalo plays, what's his name? Robert Billet, who is, I'm gonna have to fucking read it because I can't even keep up. So, he is a lawyer. What the fuck is it? I had it somewhere. Okay. A corporate defense lawyer. It takes place in Cincinnati, Ohio, and he's working for a firm called Taft, Stenitis, I don't fucking know, and Hollister. And basically what ends up happening is this farmer who knows him through his mom or grandma, he's like a family friend or something like that, finds him all the way at this firm, and he's like, listen here, he's a farmer. He's like, I've got all these dead cows, and it's because of that, what the fuck is that called? The dump?
Landfill.
Sure, yes, exactly. The landfill that's back there, they're just dumping shit, and all my cows are dead. So he makes a trip out to West Virginia, a place called Parkersburg.
I'm guessing this is based on a true story.
Yes.
Okay.
This is apparently so. And the books were written by like reporters that were like firsthand getting the story and stuff like that. So this movie is based on a culmination of all those books. So he goes out to the farm because the guy's like, come on, you're gonna help me. And he's like, I'm like a firm lawyer, like I'm not a personal whatever. But he feels bad for the guy, so he goes out there and he's got like 3 fucking cows. He's like, what the fuck? Like, okay, what's the big deal? And he's like, there's a landfill back there, and there's a creek that runs through it, and my cows drink from the creek. And look at this mass grave of cows. And it is just like hump after hump after hump in this vast open land.
Fuck.
He's like, so many died that he's like, I was burying them at first because they're family, which I thought was so cute.
That is cute.
But then he's like, but so many of them were just dropping that I had to start burning them. So he goes, well, how many cows have you lost? He goes, 190. And then, soon after that whole conversation, Mark Ruffalo was like, oh, but this is probably like your cows are sick or something. And the guy's like, no, like I take care of my cows. He's like up there for his cows, right? One of his cows loses its damn fucking mind. Like mad cow manifesting in front of them. He has to shoot the fucking thing dead.
Oh my god.
So Mark Ruffalo was like, oh my god, this is awful. I'm going to figure this out. So he gets with Sharp Nose.
Billy Zane? He's not on that list.
Can you look him up and show me? Why don't you just Google, find Titanic and then the captain of the builder. Whoever.
Oh, he's the captain.
Not the captain. He's the fancy man whose idea was to build it. Victor Garber.
That guy.
Yeah. So, they find out, I forget how, but I think it was the farmer that was like, oh, DuPont, which is a company, a huge fucking company. Yep. Oh, you know what DuPont is?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that company, he was like, oh, it's DuPont's landfill, and they're the ones poisoning my cows. So, Mark Ruffalo was like, hey, yo, Victor, like, what's going on here? Like, is that your landfill or what's up? So Victor was like, oh yeah, that's like our shit. What's going on with that? And he's like, oh, it's a very small, like, I'm gonna sue you, but it's very minor. Like, just if there's any way that I can get some information, because the farmer had said that they had come out and inspected, but they never gave him any information.
Obviously.
So he was like, can I just like get those records or whatever? And on these, the guy was like, oh yeah, sure, no big deal. Here are the records. He sends them the records. And all over these records was this thing called PFOA. And back in the times, because it takes place in the 90s, folks, right? Mm-hmm. Box computer. So he's like, clack, 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 clack. What is PFOA? Back when the internet had just started, nothing came up. He asked questions. He asked scientists, what the fuck is PFOA? No one knew what PFOA is. Then he finds in there that it was then renamed C8. Okay, well, what the fuck is C8? So he gets with, like, scientists, and they're like, oh, C8 is Teflon. It's, like, the non-stick stuff in your pans and shit like that. Okay, cool. So then he looks more into it and finds a bunch of shit out. Goes back to Victor during a banquet. He's like, listen, I need all the information that you have on C8 because this is poison shit. And the guy got like really mad and offended. He was like, fine, I'm going to give you all the information. Do you want to know what they did? What DuPont did?
What'd they do?
They sent him hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of boxes with all of their information. Every Christmas card that DuPont has given out or has received, thank you letters, everything, in order to overwhelm him.
Oh.
So that he would let it go. Well, a box broke, spilled everywhere. He goes, this is a good place to start. So he starts to map it all out. Starts to find shit. Pictures of babies born with deformities, people dying, reports of like all these pregnant women were working on the Teflon line, but they all got pulled out, and then like 3 out of 8 of these ladies had babies with deformities, and they were all given like a small quiet payout, and then they fired all those ladies and put new ladies back in. It was a mess. And let me tell you, they went back and forth. Oh my god, I wish I had fucking highlighted it. I knew that at one point it was like 7 years later and they were still fighting this.
Holy shit.
So there was like an agreement made or some sort that, you know, they were going to medical monitoring was like a new thing. It was a bill or something that had just been passed at that time. So basically what they were going to do is they were going to medically monitor all DuPont employees that worked on the lines and shit. They were able to get all this information. DuPont had to pay out a whole bunch of money, and this went on for years, and people were consistently dying of all types of cancer. Like, cancer had spiked, right? So all these things are happening. Finally, like years and years later, right, they got like 69,000 people to volunteer for this medical research.
Yeah.
Which was like huge, right? Because they thought that nobody was going to show up. He's winning, right?
Power to Ruffalo.
Right. So people still keep dropping like flies, though, dying of testicular cancer, pancreatic cancer, cancer in general. Just pick a cancer, they're dying from it, okay? So then he gets a call just when he's ready to give up, because he's getting fined on top of this. From DuPont, he's getting fined. He's now taking 4 pay cuts as a lawyer. His wife is giving him shit. Home life ain't good. He gets the call that he was right. That Teflon was causing cancer. And DuPont knew about it, and they were trying to hide it, and they were lying to the government the whole fucking time. They took him back to court, and it just kept going.
Fucking hell.
It was insane. And just so that y'all are aware, 99% of humans have C8 in their genetic code.
What?
Yeah, it's in us. It's like too late for us. Almost every species has been infected with C8, and we have it in our bodies. Don't you remember, like, I don't know if you ever went through this, but I remember when I was young, I'd never heard of cancer. And it wasn't until I was like a little bit older, then all of a sudden it's like, this person has breast cancer, that person has ovarian cancer, this person has pancreatic, whatever the fuck. It was just cancer everywhere. Leukemia was, I was like, what the fuck? Like, where did cancer come from? Right there. Right there.
That's fucked.
I'm gonna tell you something. While I didn't follow the story very well, it was, I think as a viewer, I was very much with Mark Ruffalo's character. Like, I was just so frustrated the whole fucking time.
He was good.
Because every time he made an advance, DuPont was like, I'm going to put a stop to this. I'm going back on everything I said, and I'm going to fine you on top of that. And he would deal with it and push forward, make it to another mark, and again, they would just roadblock. And then his fucking wife, Anne Hathaway, did a great job, by the way.
I can't believe it's
She's like, you don't talk to me. You just ignore us. 7 years you've been on this, and you don't pay attention to me.
Like, he's kind of just trying to save people.
And he's one of those guys that's just, like, sitting there, like... She's like, you've got nothing to say? He's like... He almost had, like, a stroke from this case.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. It's like one little man.
That's it. Against this huge... And they were, like, shunned and looked down upon. And those poor farmers that went to him and was, like, trying to, like... uncover this whole thing, they were shunned in their town.
Yeah,
he ended up dying of cancer, the farmer.
Oh.
It was just a mess. Anybody that spoke out against DuPont, basically, like, their life was hell.
Fucking hell.
It was insane.
Maybe, I don't remember fucking hearing about this ever.
Well, I don't know. But.
Granted, I was a youngin' at the time, in the 90s, but
yeah.
still.
But, yeah, like, I don't. It's just, it was amazing to me. Hundreds of boxes to bury the evidence. It's just, I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I remember that guy, he got so mad because he not mind you, he did it at a banquet. Like, he probably shouldn't have. But he just got so mad. He's like, oh, I was trying to help you, but, fuck you for trying to bury me. Like, what are you doing? This was, like, the big guy from DuPont, right? Yeah. And he's like, I just need the information, bro. Like, you need to come clean with all this shit. And so he told him to fuck off. And then the next day, like, all these fucking you should have seen it. I was like, I wouldn't even know where to start. One box alone would take you all day to sift through.
Yeah.
And there were hundreds of these. So, if it's your thing, watch. Oh, yeah, it says 7 years with no result of the study. Tenant dies and Robert becomes. What? What does that say?
Destitute.
Sure. Following several pay cuts. He had 4 fucking pay cuts. Because DuPont kept suing them. And the firm was like, how the fuck are we supposed to pay this? How much longer do you need? It was insane. So if it's not your thing, watch it anyways.
Fucking hell.
Because it's frustrating as fuck.
That sounds frustrating.
It was. I also had to rent it for $6 because it was only on iTunes that I found it. Because I was trying to watch The King of Staten Island. Or Staten Island King.
$20
for a rental.
Amazon.
Listen, I know this movie was supposed to hit theaters, but no.
It won't take that much longer, though, for it to get down there.
But it's like, I wish it would be more than 48 hours, the rental. Because then I would have been like, okay. But it's not. Once you hit play, it's like, oh, in 2 days. And just like that it's like nothing ever happened. I apologize for my hair today.
Stop. That sounds good. I might watch that.
It was.
I do love a good Ruffalo.
It was. It was really good. And hello, it's the 90s.
Yeah.
Like, think about the shit that, like, the fucking house phones.
Oh my god.
Yeah. The computer alone had me completely blown away. Even, like, the way that the homes were made back then. Oh, man, I miss it.
Good times.
Dial-up.
I just want to watch a movie where we hear the AOL.
Oh my god, I don't even know. And I think there was, it had, there was a Family Dollar somewhere in the background, and it was the old sign. I was like, oh! That's
nostalgia.
Yeah. I thought it was great.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But, it's just small town. Everybody knows everyone, and people are stirring shit up. And the thing is like, in that town of Parkersburg, almost everybody in that town worked for DuPont. So where the farmer was trying to sue DuPont, and he's like, I don't want money. I want them to admit what they did.
And stop.
And stop. And it's just like, they were just trying to throw money at him, and he was just not having it, and people just turned against him so fast. And it's crazy, because he sits down, right? And Anne's like, I don't understand. She's trying to pick a fight. And he's like, you want to know what the fuck I'm dealing with? I'm going to tell you. Because she's pregnant. So he's like, you're poisoning our baby because you're drinking the water and you're cooking with all this hardware. And it's just like, it was a big thing. Like, oh, the nonstick pans and whatever. But when you heat up Teflon, it releases chemicals. It's in the water that's being dumped from DuPont into this landfill. It's seeping into the water supply. And then, like, it opens up and they're, like, spraying the water. People on a boat, they're spraying the water. I didn't understand. There was a guy, his name was called, I think it was Bucky or something. He was born with one nostril. And he looked like from Hey You Guys. That's what he looked like.
Sloth?
Yeah.
That's sad.
And I think it was like, because the actual people, like the actual lawyer and the tenants who were the farmers, were in the movie. Well, not the husband, but like tenant like there were actual people who did this in real life that were in the movie, who made like a cameo.
Well, fuck.
Yeah.
That's intense.
It was nuts. I was like, what the fuck? It was 2 hours.
Well, yeah, that's a big story.
It's like, holy shit. And then in the end, I love it, because it's like this lady's in court. And she's like, the judge was like, who's representing you? And he stands up and he says his name. And the lawyer's like, oh, you're still here? I mean, the judge was like, oh, you're still here, Mr. whatever his lawyer name is. He's like, I'm still here. And I'm like, yeah! Fucker, now you get it.
Get it, Ruffalo.
Get it.
Yes.
He did so good.
I like him.
As do I.
I always have.
Especially as the Hulk.
Listen. I think ever since 13 going on 30, I liked him.
You know.
I was young when that came out.
I'm not a fan of hers.
No, not her, but...
Yeah, but even then, I thought he was a little
Gollum
weird.
was in that fucking
I
movie,
remember watching that movie and I was like, ew, why him?
Oh, listen to you!
I was like, ew, that dude's ugly. What the fuck? I appreciate now. You know, back then it was like the obvious hot guys that are hot. Now I think as we're older, we appreciate the subtlety of hotness.
I suppose.
Like, you're a nerd, but you know how to shoot a gun. Or some shit like that. Fucking no.
Oh,
you're a nerd,
my
but
God.
sick Batman tattoo. What's your number?
Pretty much, actually.
I would never say anything like that.
Hey, yo, sick bat tat, man.
Wanna see mine?
It's cool, right? Now get in here.
Oh!
Yeah.
No!
Yes. That's what you were saying.
Pretty much.
That was fun.
That was fun. Do you
I'm
got
gonna...
anything else?
No.
Okay.
That's that, you should watch Shameless, too.
Oh, that's always a given.
That's a given.
Always.
So.
Always.
All right, well, that's it from us.
Enjoy your hot outside. Unless you have a hot inside
Unless
person.
you live in Alaska.
I'd give anything. Do you know that in South Africa it's winter?
What? Oh, because, yeah. Why? Just why?
I don't know, but I'd like to trade places. And it's not snowing, it's just cold.
Yeah, but what are we talking? Is this like 50s cold, or is it like below zero cold?
Enough to like
Okay.
to see it.
I want the...
But there's like sunshine. It's very weird.
It's like when Alaska has like sun for...
24 hours, all of July. I would love to go there.
And then they have, those places where it's night always. Not always, but you know what I mean. Like,
I'll take the winter, just not the darkness all day long. Because I would be the least productive
that's a
person.
movie.
Didn't dish.
It is a movie.
Sure.
Vampires.
Yeah, which one is it again?
30 Days of Night.
Oh, thank you got
You
it.
also got the title wrong. It's not 30 Days and 30 Nights. It's 40 Days and 40 Nights.
Yeah, but I knew what you were talking about, and that wasn't it. So, blah, 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 blah,
It's a good vampire movie,
blah,
but...
blah, 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 blah.
All right. Good fucking movie.
Peace out. Biatches.